competition. So let's just see if they can do some damage.
This is going to be difficult, that's for sure. We're coming on a Mirage. This is the decider between Downfall and Order. It's been one hell of a battle so far. I'm going into the knife round to decide which side the teams will be starting on. Jim, been an interesting journey, and as you said, you know, not a lot of people would have expected this to go to 3 maps. I know Tombiz certainly wouldn't have. He thought it'd be a clean cut 2-0. I think he said 16-0 each map to Order.
Yeah, he had something wild like that.
Oh yeah, he had no idea what he was talking about. I think we all predicted 3 maps, but yeah, Tom didn't know what he was talking about in that pre-show. And it's usual, as usual,
something in the water. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you'd make such a bold prediction like that.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, thinking Order with 2-0, this one, well, yeah, gonna be a bit of a silly Billy. But that is Tombiz. It's the Tom that we know and love. He's inaccurate in predictions and in shots on the server. So when it comes down to Downfall Order, map number 3, what are the things we're looking for? Well, in terms of Order putting up a better performance, we need to see Ali step back up into that role that he was taking on Inferno. He dropped 39 kills on that map, and I think he finished the previous one like 18 for 18, roughly even. Not bad by any chance, but not Ali.
The fact that they're so heavily reliant on his performance too, that could be danger signs. So we'll find out pretty early on as to whether or not anyone else is going to join the ranks of Fragger within Order as these smokes do come through. There is a slight gap in it, but I don't think they're going to progress that far through as the flashes will support. But Order now need to make sure that the timing here is going to work. I think they're going to boost over onto the stairs and try and flood their way through here into jungle. Licky smartly moves away here though, so they have got key control of jungle on this map. That makes the retake very difficult and almost instantly forces it through. But Mizzy, great positioning here from behind the flank. Licky, he's found one another, and Savage, awkward encounter, but Valiance is still alive here, and he has got multiple targets and 0 chance of taking that. Downfall, so patient in the way that they played that. Licky even just backing off into connector. That was a smart read, and this is all on the back of a quick flank from Mizzy as well. So big frags across the board, and that's what you need if you're going to take down a team like Order. They have delivered a great pistol.
Absolutely. Bringing the 1-0 onto the board and putting Downfall in a position where they can feel a little bit comfy. Obviously, without allowing that bomb plan to come through, that's the key thing. Now, my introduction to 2D, I think, was on this map, or at least the time he struck me the most. He had a scout round number 2, and he kept on swinging and taking headshot after headshot. That was where he blew me away. But this time, he's not going through for that same aggression that I believe it was ground 0 he pulled it out against. Or perhaps it was Paradox, I can't remember. But either way, it is this more passive approach. No, actually, I was completely wrong on that. It was Mako Sharks. That's who it was.
It's very aggressive.
Third time lucky.
It's very aggressive is what it is. And, I mean, he's swinging like it's the 60s. That's the problem they have to deal with.
Yeah. At the moment, though, he's gone over towards Ticket. It's a much more passive hold, and hopefully we won't see him up on top of Ticket. Oh my god, ooh. What is this from Ustilo? He's just picked up a double. That's weapons retrieved, a FAMAS in play, and a 3v3. 2D needs to now connect a headshot or help his team out with a little bit of damage if they do push out, and when they do. He's pulled off the angle at just the wrong time. It's going to have to be a quick scope of all things. Pulls away from the flash that came over. Mizzy can't see anybody. They're going to be moving towards this side in just a second. This is less than ideal, that's for sure. Mizzy grabs one, though. Now he can just tuck away. The SMG on range, not favored in this fight. And yeah, runs out of ammo as well. Not clean, but it could have been worse.
It was well rounded up. After Ustilo did some initial damage, might have even been better if Ustilo just pulled out the Deeg, softened him up a little bit before switching to that MP9, because it really wasn't effective over range here. But I mean, 2D is so aggressive, even on the anti-eco rounds, just going for the initial peak. This is where Ustilo was at his best, though. Just finding those 2 frags, cutting the map effectively for the T side. And now we do see Order coming out with the AKs. And taking control of mid, albeit a little bit late. That being said, though, from what we've seen of Downfall gameplay, they're happy to let teams take control of mid here. Moot finds one in Palace. One of the danger men, Ali. But luckily they do get the trade. So it's back to a 4 versus 4 here. The bomb is actually moving its way back all the way through spawn. I think it's got the ball to come back to A. And moment of hesitation has actually cost them dearly. The mid connector presence has been completely wiped from the board. And well, it's now on individual brilliance here that Order will have to win this round, and it is not going to deliver for Valiance. Rick, he's been in 2 minds as to where to go with this bomb. And that has cost Order in this round. It's a bit of a shaky start here for Order. Going down on their own map pick, which was Vertigo. To a team that's so heavily underrated, they're going to need to wind back the clock here for Rick. And just see if he can deliver in this 1 versus 4. He's already found one, but repositioning from Downfall. How much respect they're giving to him. Just giving him room to operate and move. They're not going to peek him just yet as individuals. That being said, though, Savage is young and doesn't care and is happy to oblige. Stepping out, taking the 3rd round for Downfall. Order, they are not looking in this at all at the moment. This is worrying because if these rounds start to get away from them too quickly, they might have some difficulty getting themselves back in.
Yep, that's the buy round completely stolen away. And so far, the best it's looked is Ustilo opening with that double deagle kill, something that you definitely can't rely on consistently, although Ustilo has been a consistent performer. Now it comes down to the weapons we're just talking about, the deagles, the pistols, all around. As Order look to overwhelm middle, and they do manage to get down there and take a little bit of control. The smoke on top mid stopped them from being picked off early on. But where do they go from here? Window control? That's Ali with just a Glock, but he also has the bomb with him. And so he has to be very careful. It's going to be tempered aggression. Because if he falls, then the CTs will just rally around that bomb and obviously have a much bigger advantage in the round. And all the rifles are in one place.
And we've said this before too, that Downfall are just happy to let teams take control of mid because they've still got to get through these 2 choke points through the connector and even in the window. But yeah, you're right. Ali has got a key position to play here, so he needs to be careful that he doesn't give his life away too cheaply.
Well, this is clean and clinical, and that's what you want in a round like this. Not losing anything to the pistols is always the objective, and one that is being easily met at the moment. Oh, Ricky gets so damn close. I don't want to see Savage peek again. It's just not worth it. Yeah, he took us away. Good call. Definitely the right one.
Now, Order. We would expect the buy to come out, and it will. More importantly, are they going to give the right tools to the right players on the team? Ali is yet to find anything thus far, but you would expect him to find a fair amount more success with that AWP in his hands. Foregoing some head armor though, so M4 bullets could really do damage to him. And again, faster approach coming out from Order here towards mid, but the resistance is early shown from Downfall. They've contested mid, but they've given it up quite quickly. There was a lot of damage actually taken by Order in getting position, but they've inserted that man into vent room with Jara. Now he is potentially going to be a thorn in the side. I mean, an opening pick probably would have helped their case a little bit more, but they have control of mid and they have control of Palace as well. So they're just running a split pick strategy here at the moment, hoping that Downfall will offer something up.
This is definitely going to be the push towards the B site. You see that smoke go down, allowing them to group up and push through short, but even still, the smoke is not enough to protect you from 2D. You have to be bulletproof for that. As he comes through and finds a nice kill, shutting down the short play. Now they're being spotted, but look, there's a late lurk being attempted by Ricky. There might be nothing to lurk for, though. His team have just been dropped the bomb out on the floor in the open, and then Ricky gets shut down trying to get that early flank underway. Even still a little bit late, but it's all down to a Stilo and a 1v4, and he isolates the kills. I like how he dances around the back of the side to try and find each player by himself, and doesn't feel what... And you notice the experience here of that player. Sometimes players in that position will be very passive. They'll kind of sit on their spot and hold an angle to be peaked. But if you allow a team to do that, they're going to push you together. They're probably going to flash that corner as well when they come around, and you're going to die. You're going to at least be traded. Whereas he takes the fight to them one at a time and tries to isolate them. Obviously, it's very difficult to do that in that kind of situation when you're overwhelmed on the B site, but made a good attempt nonetheless.
Tactical timeout taken out by Order as well, so good to see that at least being utilized a little bit earlier on in the piece. They'll be searching for that first round. I mean, Ali still looking for his first impact frag as well. Same with Jira, but even then, those that do have something to their name, it's nothing really to write home about at the moment. Order are just being controlled really well by Downfall. So on the Downfall camp, though, I mean, Savage, the youngster, he's 9-2 right now, and he does a fantastic job of just making sure that anything that comes his way, he's dealing with it quite quickly. You're never finding, you don't really see him choke too many shots. If you give him the opportunity, he takes his shots quite quickly, but also gets the results. So, I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing from some of these newer players that have been injected into this ecosystem. Because already in a high-pressure situation, they're coming up against a team like Order. They're performing in this environment.
This has been a really impressive performance from Downfall, 100%. I'm incredibly happy to see them. Their hard work is paying off. There's still a lot of things they can improve on, which is the most impressive part, because it speaks to how their current strats and their current ability as individuals is enough to challenge one of the best teams in their region. Imagine when they've got the time under their belt. That is a great kill by Leaky. He swings to the back of the site for more. This man is unstoppable at the moment, locking down B completely. Ali left on the UMP. Now his teammates are on the way, so he's going to tuck in and try to survive, but Licky, he's got him locked in, loaded. He's like a heat-seeking missile. The nade comes through and takes the kill. Wouldn't be surprised if this was Mako Sharks and there's blood in the water, because these guys are just hunting Order down ruthlessly. My God.
That was brutal. They tried to make it work here, Order, on this B-bomb site, and they were just locked out. This was a great hold from Licky. He only saw the leg of Jira, and that was enough. Even that duel there he took with Valence. Valence wasn't expecting him to swing as wide as he did, and did enough damage there with that grenade too to lock things out. And Ustilo, he was low HP coming into that B-bomb site. His options weren't going to be that great, but look at this already. This is how confident they are, just spraying a full clip. But the change of pace from Order may have caught them off guard here. They get past Savage. So one by one, they're knocking them over. They will get this bomb plant in. And the total change of pace from Order is actually caught Downfall off guard, but there's still a good chance here for them to salvage this should they choose to go for it.
The real problem is Jira just sitting down with that AWP, but Jira himself is actually moving to connector. He'll have a great angle to stop this defusal and actually catch them as they cross the site. Licky comes in with the kill straight away. 13 seconds left. They've got to make a move on. Nade goes through. It's not going to get the kill. Oh, it does actually. The Stilo dropped by it. There's the frag. Oh, he's reloading. He's 2 seconds left. He gets it just in time. Oh my, that was edge of the seat stuff. But Order just about managed to pull it across the line. Whew, let's take a breather after that one.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was done. I thought as soon as Ustilo had to make that reload, he was going to be out of touch, out of time. Really did have to make sure he was hauling oats for the team in the crucial moment there. And the fact that they got off the bomb there to make that frag, which ended up being cleaned up by the nade, that's what really cost them. Had they just stuck that bomb, they would have definitely won that. But it is 6-1 now, so Order finally break on through, get their first round. It's a very aggressive position from Savage at the moment. He is unsupported. Eventually they do come through and just get some extra eyes onto mid, but 2D now in that connector. So he's flashed off his position, but Savage again re-aggresses, even picking again to get a final burst off, but nothing else is presented. So it's a good opening here for Downfall as Rick catches Moop out. So they found that trade here, Order. They're just working the extremities of the map as well as trying to take some mid control. But they're being contested for mid control. Downfall don't often do this.
The question at the moment is very much around can Downfall manage to swing back into this one, and the mid contention not going their way, but Savage comes back out for more. He's hungry, and he's managing to catch off Jira. Ali has to drop off that angle as they quickly move towards the site, having not cleared out Mizzy, but that molly pushes him into the open. He doesn't manage to take down Valiance. And so we go into the 2v2 with the trade from Savage. The rotate underway from Licky. Kitchen at the moment is being held by Ali. He's got the angle for the crossover to Dora, but he doesn't know if someone's already there. That's actually allowed Savage to cross. Perfect timing on that. Just as Ali looks back, and as he looks away, his teammate joins him. That is terrible. If he watches that back, he's going to be infuriated. But eventually he catches Savage. And I don't think Licky can even go. He can't go for it, but he also can't go back because the Alp's watching him. So he just goes in to try and find the kills and maybe help himself out in that situation. But that doesn't work either. 6-2. Order picking up their second round on the T side, but how long can they keep this up for? I mean, Downfall have definitely looked clean so far.
He really was caught between the rock and the hard place there, poor Licky. So Order break their way through, but you're right. Some timing might not have actually worked out then for Order, and that could have been a very different story. But the faster change of pace initially in that mid-control rolling on through to the A-bomb site, that's what caught Downfall off guard. So I think at least for the moment, it's put them on the back foot. A team like this right now, to beat a highly fancied opposition like Order, they need confidence. And that is the kind of round that rocks your confidence a little bit. Just maybe some doubt starts to creep in, and you can see it had to flow on effect into the next round.
Immediately into this one, the aggressive smoke on connector has locked out Savage. Left them in a position where, I mean, the CT player, Moot, doesn't want to take any form of challenge. And so, oh my god, nasty little nade. 2D's not got any armor, so that almost took him down. An inch away from doing it. As Moot swings in with one on the deagle, but you can't expect a whole lot from him. 2D should be thinking about saving at this point. They've got a man disadvantage, and it really doesn't look... What the hell has just happened? 2 very quick kills. They still have 20 seconds to play with. No problem at all for them as they push forward. Flash connects. Ustilo goes down, and it's all on Jira. Even blind, he connects that 2D coming over, and the op shot misses. 12 seconds remaining. No kit. This round is done and dusted. Jira's delayed enough time and comes through with the execution Assassin's Creed style. 6-3. Order managed to connect that round, but geez, that got a lot closer, Jim, than I was expecting it to.
Oh my goodness, I thought they were done. That flash that came through, that bounced off Palace, I thought they were both done by that. They were both dead to rights at that point in time. Downfall looked good in that retake. Out of nowhere, seemingly, too. That was just 2 quick fire frags that brought them back into it. But luckily, Jira recovered quickly enough from that flash to be able to just steer the ship back. And Savage is boosted into position. And they're going to just try and stack some numbers towards this B-bomb site. Hope that that's going to be enough. Moop goes down early. The solo A hold, but he's only encountered Rick, who has done this for a number of rounds now. So the B stack could still be quite effective. I don't mind this on this sort of round. The P250 stack on a site. Order aside from Ustillo, healthily bought into this. So Ustillo is the danger man, but he's also got the bomb too. So that's going to limit where he's going to go, at least for the moment, until he gets rid of it.
You know what, Jim? It's been a little while since we've pulled out the good old stats, and I can feel Tom crying. He's begging for them. He's asking. So at 6-4, which is obviously the likely score line at this point, we go over and I'll take a look at the T wins. So at 6-4, the odds
T
of them
wins?
coming back into it at this point, say the probability of the T side winning at that stage.
I wanted you to say twins.
Oh, the T. Okay, I get you. No, I wasn't pronouncing twins in a very odd way. The win probability of the T side at 6-4 is 31%. That's a very low number to come back from that point. Seems like whenever the CTs get off to a good start, the T win probability goes down massively. I wonder, is there somewhere I can see the win percentage of a team? No, probably not. Like when they got, I suppose here it is. When the T side gets off to a 3-0 start, the 65% of the time they win the map. But when the CT gets off to it, it's nearly 70%. No, sorry, it's 76%. It's not.
Yeah, the only thing those probability stats don't really account for, I guess, is the economy at that particular moment, right?
Exactly. So yeah, you could have a 3-0, which was a pistol forced by Eco, or a pistol, Eco, and then a pretty good force buy on the third. And then you go into an Eco afterwards. So yeah, it could be. I tend to just consider it whenever there's full buys coming.
You watch. I say I like this B hold. It's just going to get ripped to shreds here. Like, he's been a real nuisance on that bench. Continues to make a nuisance of himself. He is dealt with, but they will get that bomb planted. And Ustillo will get himself a handy upgrade here. And it is going to be a 3 versus 3 retake. An AWP on either side. Now 2D. They're all going to attempt this from market. There will be no pincer in this retake whatsoever. Utility on the CT side isn't actually healthy at all. And the T's have enough utility just to make this round bleed out as much as they can. There's still Molotovs in play too for them. And this clock is ticking. I don't think this is doable whatsoever. And 2D, he didn't either. He wasn't really convinced nor committed to this. He might not even get away with it. Jira's just happy to let him die with the bomb. Oh. I mean, he takes a lick of damage there, and he goes down.
All they needed was one extra hit on him. Yeah, one bullet, and he was gone. By the way, I'm honored to actually have more or less the same skin that 2D does for his op. I feel like we are men of similar taste.
Men of
respect
culture.
It. Exactly. That's it.
I mean, you can't really call it the big green unless your AWP is green, right?
True. It's kind of a disgusting puke color green, but it is technically, I suppose, a green. Nice little cleanup. Nice and easy, the way you'd expect it to be, I suppose, whenever the opposition doesn't have a lot invested. This is a round where I would be firmly behind either approach from Order, whether they save over these weapons or try to hunt down these CTs. Either way, I'm relatively happy because they've got a little bit of cash to lose, like 2 players or more. But then obviously as well, if you can survive with 4 and build up your economy, hey, that's worthwhile. The only thing is you will be facing into that op in the next round, and who knows, maybe even a second. It could cause minor issues. But I think with the way Order have been convincingly winning these rounds, they're not too worried about giving that kind of control over.
Yeah, I don't think that's crept into their game just yet. And another round will go their way. And they bring it back to 6 each. This was, I mean, if you only just joined us and, you know, took a look at the rounds one, you'd think Order were just dominant. But it was Downfall that got themselves off to a great start. It was Order searching for that first round after what felt like so long. They were finally able to get it, and they've just been able to wrest some momentum back from Downfall. As I said, there was a large element of confidence within this Downfall side, and they had that confidence rocked somewhat by the change of pace, the faster approach, that horsepower coming through connector. If you're going to beat a team like Order, you need confidence, and that was wrestled back away from them, and almost even more so now the fact that they've lost too early on in this gun round. Order have got a lot of control here, even more so Ustilo has just been spurred into action, and they have control of this A bomb site. It's just now on the 2B site holders to try and salvage their own weaponry. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Order pushing for this. They want to take those weapons out of the economy.
Let's steal them away. Yeah, we said in the previous round, you know, it'd be better to probably save over with the 4 players. But when it comes to this one, you've now got quite a bit of money in the tank. You know, losing 1 or 2 more wouldn't really hurt. I think that's why we see Ustilo, and of course, of all the players to send out on a hunt, he is definitely the one. Your champion. But it's why we see him go forward, looking for those victims. But nobody awaits him. Unfortunately, he has to wait a while for the Great War.
Moop right now is Sean Connery in the Red October. Everybody's hunting him.
And hear the helicopters coming in. By the way, most disappointing thing of all time. Did you watch E3 many, many years ago when the Rainbow Six Siege preview came out?
No.
Remember that video? No, they released like a massively CGI'd video of the game. And the coolest thing about it was that you came in on a helicopter and you abseiled down. Yeah, that's not how you deploy in the game, because they just basically lied. It was great. Not only were the graphics just a load of lies, the gameplay was too. Shout out, who makes that game? Ubisoft, for completely ruining my expectations of the next Tom Clancy game. That's all. I want to get that off my chest. I just said helicopter, and then I was disappointed by that. I haven't played The Division. I like Siege. I don't see why they lied about it. Don't get it. Like, it's like Counter-Strike if they just made a trailer with jetpacks. Like, well, why have you done that? There's no jetpacks.
Oh, you've seen the trailer with the CTs and Ts on Nuke? Completely different map. Looks completely different.
Well, very true. Actually, you make a good point. Was that released before or after the game?
Oh,
that's the question.
I think it actually was released after.
Yeah. In that case, it's all right. If you go to E3 and you're like, look at our new I think it even said like gameplay footage. It's like, come on. Come on. It's not even rendered in the same engine. That annoyed me immensely.
Well, CTs are about to be annoyed by this A execute. So Smokes rain in 2D. He's standing strong here. He needs to be able to support his teammate here in the bomb site. Savage is just biding his time, though. 2D, I think, may have caused enough of a distraction here. He needs to take that fight there. Valiance would have seen him, and he's just using shadow advantage now. As Ustilo and Ricky, the old hands, they clean up. Oh, Ellie with the Tech 9. They'll get themselves into the bomb site. Bomb plant will come in, and this 2 versus 2 retake is going to request the best from Moop and Mizzy. And Mizzy, with that late long flank, actually removes Ustilo. So it's all on Ali. We've seen him so many pivotal moments here for Order, and can be asked to do the unthinkable once again. Now, he plays the deadly game with Mizzy. Mizzy is all over that. And they will bring it back to a 7th round. Order, it's been a much better second half to this side, this T half, should I say. And if things would have continued otherwise, I mean, Downfall could have had themselves a really healthy advantage. If you look back at that one round that they may have lost a little bit of confidence on, it could have been a completely different story. If they would have continued on with the confidence that they had, I think they might have been faring a little bit better. But nonetheless, trying to give themselves every fighting chance.
You got to remember the closer this game gets as well, the more Order wake up. And I don't think it's quite as simple as saying, like, oh, they're now taking the game seriously and they're going to win. Like, I really don't think it's that sort of two-dimensional, that 2D over on the Order side. The
See what you did there.
Thank you. The whole issue for me is that I think they're being caught off by the individual ability right now of their opponents. I don't think they expected it to be quite as structured. I'm thinking back to a Downfall game where I saw 2D up on top of Ticket, just swinging it around like a lunatic and getting wrecked. Giving away a 4 versus 2. Like, there were so many mistakes being made by Downfall at times. And right now they seem to be tightening it up a massive amount. I think these guys are tuned in. They must have been doing some serious work in the past couple of days. Their game has definitely improved. And I reckon Order is slightly cut off by that. A combination of that, them already feeling comfortable, them probably coming in not wanting to reveal too much, but then realizing, you know what? We have to just play. We have to play hard from the start. And you can see this strategy is going to be just tucked up in the apartments. And then pushing together. But that nade, oh, it's right in between all of them. Decent damage. That's going to help the FAMAS out in taking these fights. And of course, it's Licky. This man is an animal. But they haven't spotted Mizzy just yet. He's on the back of the site with an AK in hand, dealing the damage. But he's going to have to do more. They've managed to shut down 2D and Ricky. And now those players on the site are in trouble.
Ooh, Ustillo. Cometh the man, cometh the expectation that he is going to go monster in these rounds. And Ali rounds that out. That was looking really uncertain for Order that they would even get into the bomb site. Had it not been for Ustillo, he single-handedly come back in. But look at that half. Even the youngster Savage for Downfall getting himself amongst the action. I think he's been a real linchpin for them. And in fact, I am struggling to recall any map that he underperformed.
Yeah, you know, when I look back and I really think about Downfall, there's a lot to look at in comparison. You know, Ustilo has been that consistent fragger for them. I feel like it's been a little bit more up and down with Downfall. Like, Savage and Leaky are definitely players that can deal damage. The previous map was all about the flank plays by Moop, always catching them off. 2D, I think 2D has been a fairly consistent factor, but at the same time, not to an extent greater than Alistair's mid lane performances. And then when Alistair goes off, he almost drops 40 kills in the game. Oh, that was nasty by 2D. Straight through the smoke. Oh, they haven't checked the corner! Oh, no! They gave him so much space, and they just didn't even think about it.
Oh, dear. This is a lot of work here for Ricky. As good as he is with pistols, he is not going to get a sniff of a chance. Downfall. Take the pistol once again. They have won the pistol in both halves of this game, and it got them started on a big run of rounds. That frag is filthy. Valiance, you're just scratching your head right then and there. But Savage, great positioning as well. And yeah, I mean, it's hard to fault the early game strategy coming out of Downfall. What is that strategy, you might ask? Shoot them through smoke.
There you go. Take all the fights and win them. That's one way to go about your business. Probably the best way. When it comes down to Downfall, though, as I said before, I feel like their mid-round calls have been solid. Again, it's the execution of them that has been a little bit off sometimes. Now, when I look at them in on the T side, it is very hit and miss whether this is going to go their way or not. I can see positives and negatives. Positives, as I said, the mid-round calls have been solid. They've got individuals that can definitely perform, and so far we're seeing Savage having one of his good games. 2D maybe hasn't quite been on the same level with the op that I want him to be. But T-side opping on this map is definitely viable, and maybe that can be somewhere he bridges the gap back in. Moop player towards the opposite side of the map to the rest of his team. He's lurking out. He's trying to sell a little bit of a fake. But you can see Order have got a perfect read on this. They're rotating another player around to the A side. They're pushing up mid. They're starting to get seriously aggressive. I think Moop making so much noise has only made them more suspicious. What is that? Valiance with a double dig. And on the, Moop got completely lost on that. The back of that, the CTs are definitely ahead. There's only 15 seconds left. This bomb plan has to come through. If Licky dies, it's all over. It's a very aggressive peak. And they still need to deal with the CT player. Oh.
Oh dear. Oh, they've been absolutely flattened in this round. The Pistols got it done. And they will go around and try and collect themselves some better weaponry. Those digs on A ramp from Valiance just kick things off. And they find their way back into this. Somehow, some way, Order. They wrestle ahead now, 9-8. And again, the struggle continues.
Yes, sir. It's going to be one hell of a struggle. I'm just for damn sure. Like, when you look at how things have been progressing gradually, I really don't think these teams are separated by much. And that's not something that should be said when it comes down to Order. This is one of the best teams in the region versus a team who's self-professed. Just can't. Also, a team that is almost in the major, right? They are one game away. Beating Renegades is all they need, and they're in the major. Versus a team that's self-professed that they're only... That's a shutdown. That they're... Oh, wait, they were all headshots as well. That's bloody gorgeous. But yeah, Downfall literally said themselves, they're only here for experience. They're here to figure out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, and get some officials under their belt. If they take down Order, well, then that's a great sign for what they need to improve, because it will be not very much, really, to contest at the highest level.
I need to replay that round in bullet time, because that was so quick.
I really don't know how he's hit all headshots in that, especially the fourth guy that's jumping around. Like, he was so deep in the spray. To spray transfer onto that was just beautiful.
Well, they were all dead by, I reckon, the 11th or 12th bullet in that clip. They were all done. That never happens to anyone that I've ever seen play with an M4. You get one, maybe two, and then the third guy headshots you because he steps wide.
Well, I get none, but I agree. Most people get one, maybe two. Tom just kills me. He peeks to kill them and shoots me in the back of the head. That's how Tom plays video games.
With great proficiency. Now, Licky cannot convert onto this A bomb site. They've been completely locked out here. Don't know what the objective was here for Downfall. Walk out, take jewels, get flattened. That's the TLDR of that round. Yeah, this is so quick.
Have a gander. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we can see it on the bottom, right? 13 bullets left, I think. So 17 shots for 4K.
And even then, it's only because the fourth guy decided to get all tricky.
He was getting froggy. Oh, Alistair, he's being crept on. Shot through the smoke, you Steelo. Ever the consistent player, though. Just destroys them. And Jiro, excuse me, throws in the nade. Closes it out. 12-8. And Order, yeah, they're starting to close in on that victory, but here's the investment from Downfall. Here's where they get that full buy through. Look at that. He was spraying between them. One bullet for each. He is sharing his Karen.
That is vintage Ustillo, though. Vintage Ustillo, indeed. But they've got themselves out to a 4-round lead, Order. Now, these guys have the pedigree to close out games like this. They should be able to do this. Downfall have surprised everybody. I dare say even Order. But Order have just had to lift somewhat to be able to put themselves back into this. Savage, though, aware of the push potential. Ali has been clipped somewhat. Now, Jira's just caught in this window. Smoke is going to get him out. It doesn't, unfortunately, go down for downfall, and he lives to fight another day. The number advantage still is kept by order for the moment. And they have made a read to rotate numbers back towards this B bomb site. Jira's getting back. He's left his mid-window post. And he's going to help Rick here as they just reinforce. And I think it's a great read given what's going on.
You know, fantastic stuff. Stacked up here as the T's move right in towards the apartments. Looking to jump on out, get it done. They've got a molly thrown out towards the car. Good shot by Jira. And he fades back immediately, takes another angle, catches Leaky off, and Mizzy ain't all the wiser. Ricky's the one to take him down, but Jira did a lot of damage. What a round. And what a win by order. Geez, Downfall looked like they had at least a good opportunity in that, especially considering all the utility they had coming into that site. But Jira just tore them apart.
That being said, too, last player for Downfall, oh, no, that's a terrible way to go out to that Molotov. It wasn't even under window. Jira's done some great work on that B bomb site. However, the last player got caught with a flash out, and when they were all the way out in the balcony, that's probably not the time to be pulling a flash. I think he'll be a little bit upset with that, because now they are back on a force pistol round. No armor for at least two of the players, but they're going to try and waterfall out here, sell the fake towards B, and try and get the order players to rotate. But they are so deep anyway. If they did rotate, I think they're still going to catch Downfall, and they've been spurred into action right now. They're going to take the duel, though, the Tech 9. Getting it going. I don't know how Ali missed that. He shot in between both. And a wild flick means that they should be able to get the bomb plant. If they do, just focus on that. Mizzy's done a great job of making sure Jira has a tough time rotating. It's pretty tough to rotate when you've been taken to 0 HP. Now the retake. Big round here for order. They don't want to leave the gate open for Downfall. That is a great spam kill. Ali and Rick combined. There was no chance for 2D. Time is ticking though. Moot, he's still up. Still providing resistance. They've taken down one in connector. They should put name association in here. Ricky, he's wild. He steps wider. And they find themselves the 14th round. Expect the gun round coming out from Downfall now.
Jim. This could be the last chance, the final opportunity. Downfall might only get one shot. They better not miss their chance to blow these order players completely away.
Nice.
We'll see what happens over on this T side. We'll see if Downfall manage to find this or if they just lose themselves. This is the moment, though. They want it, Jim. They want it more than anything. This map alone is $1,500. If they win this, they get that 1.5k extra, and that's going to mean the damn world to them. It's what they're fighting for. Plus, it is big incentive. Already, they're getting $6,000 plus 2,031 or more points. That's pretty damn good. I mean, these guys have got points towards a major spot, and that's even though they won't be making it there, no matter what, because Renegades or Order are the only teams that can make it. It's still going to be over the moon that they at least got those on principle. Ustilo, very wide swing. He's vulnerable to the player down below, and Mizzy, he realizes his dream by taking Ustilo the wall, essentially. He's the man that no one could get past. They finally take him down.
Well, Ali needs to be careful. Needs to try and keep himself alive. And they do eventually eliminate Mizzy in window. But the rest of Downfall are on this A-bomb site. They're just trying to get themselves across from the stairs to the site. But the Guardians sit tight on A-ramp, just waiting for that perched behind ticket. Bomb plant will come in, and Ali will dual pick this Been successful with the plant. They just get shot in the back. 2D. No eyes on the ramp. And that has cost him dearly. Ricky will also come in with the flank, but I don't know how effective he's going to be. I think the real linchpin is going to be Jira. As this time continues to tick. And Jira's just playing a very patient game. Moop could be key here. Just about to tap the bomb. The smoke has gone down, and they're all over an order. No chance. Such a patient round, though, from Jira just to wait at short. No chance for Licky and Connector.
It was the round they needed, Jim. The round they needed more than anything, and now they've lost it to leave 15-8, and what is most likely going to be just a clean closer when it comes to order. It's very hard to imagine that they end up in a spot where they lose this one out, isn't it? Like, in a position of 15-8, it's less than a 1% chance that they lose this game. That's not even off the top of my head. That's statistical.
Yeah, that's not a freestyle straight from the top of your dome statistic.
No, I've know all my stats off by heart. It's actually exactly 1%. So I've lied to everyone. I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize to my parents. I'll be stepping down from the stats chair. All those I've disappointed.
Thought you were the stats man.
After this.
Valiance. He's actually burnt out of position. It's back to a 3 versus 4. Downfall is still in this. They might be down, but they are not out. And the question is, how quickly will they fall? Ali gets the lineup good, but no connection through the box. Needs to be careful. 2D's looking to clip some wings as well. Eloquently poised here for the retake is Ustillo. They don't know where he is, but they do turn around. How many times have we seen that happen? Finally get themselves a nice position. And unfortunately, they turn at the wrong moment on the flank. It's heartbreaking to see.
It feels like a waiting game, though, really, 15-9. Like, it's only a matter of time, right? Before eventually Order connect that round, before Alistair comes through with a 4K, or one of these guys steps it up. And so far, it's been Ustillo all series long, man. This guy's been nuts. You see, in the other two maps combined, he had 45 kills. He's only barely behind Alistair, who, remember, got 40 kills in one map, 39. So that's it's impressive stuff. Really, the consistency is what you're after. Oh my god, Ali. He's rushing top mid.
Oh,
he smoked off Con to try and sell that little bit of a fake. Sell the Con. He's not got anything done for it. Decent angle above the smoke, at least, to watch under, and they're just holding their angles respectively, as Ricky is the player that opens it up from the window, catching one in the apartments, and he just bails on back. He's re-aggressing on that angle as well. Playing a dangerous game with a man advantage, but it works out because the smoke down means these T's now shouldn't really be pushing up. Certainly
Never
not pushing through it. Is he going to push? Moop, come on, bro. You said you're a passive player. No, it looks like he's going to wait for it to dissipate.
We're waiting for the flash here.
Oh, you would hope. You would have hoped, Jim. You see, you're a more hopeful man than I am. I'm not that positive.
Who hurt you?
Everyone.
Well, Downfall might meet their grisly end here at the B bomb site. Rick is still up with that AWP. Smoke eventually comes in. He finds a third. Rick has been a stalwart in this B bomb site defense, and now there is only 2 players remaining for Downfall, and so with them is their chances here in Perfect World Oceanic League for 2020. It is just on Licky who falls and Order progress in the bracket. It was not an easy road here, but Order have taken the victory, and no doubt will be sighing some relief as they eventually run out victors against